asked, I would record for her.
Oh, you're gonna record it?
Mhm.
I think then you have to pin our interpreters for
Yes.
recording. Okay.
And Elizabeth, will you let me know if you don't have pin accessibility?
Sure thing. I believe you have to do that from your end for
My
your
end, okay.
recording. Mhm.
Yeah, the host
Okay.
does that.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
She might be able to join us though on the phone, on her phone.
She's gonna try.
Okay, great.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for being here. It's the first week of 2023, which is just incredible to me. I know, everybody's shaking their head. I'd love to get started. I wanna show everybody what the agenda is gonna look like, but then we'll have a chance to be able to introduce ourselves.
Have you started recording?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And then let me, and there we go. All right. So the first thing we want to do, I'll put the slides down again, is have you introduce yourself. I know a lot of folks know each other already, but in case you are new to the organizations that you were working for or in a new role, we want to make sure that everybody's here and familiar with each other. ICJR, Improving Criminal Justice Response, is a grant that's going to last roughly 3 years. So we're going to be working with each other a lot over the next 3 years. And I wish we could have met in person, but it's that time of year. So hopefully at some point we will be able to see each other again in person. So I'm going to go ahead and call on folks just because there's a larger group here. So my name is Natalie Olias. I work with the Contra Costa Family Justice Center, and I also work on several projects with the Alliance to End Abuse. And in one word, say how I'm feeling. I am feeling alert. Okay, Able Community Development, do you want to go next?
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Seri Tampapon. I'm the president of the Able Community Development Foundation. We have the office in Richmond, West County. I'm a Laotian refugee from Laos. I came to the US back in 1979, and I've been involved with the community ever since. So I'm glad to be a part of this, and I would like to, welcome everybody to this initiative. Hopefully that we can work together to make Contra Costa County a better place for all people to live. So thank you so much. So
Thank you. And Walter.
Good morning, everybody. Law enforcement partner, lieutenant, assigned to our investigations unit with the Brentwood Police Department. I will mention that I am promoting February 1st to captain. So there's going to be a change in responsibilities. So you may see a different face, but I'll do my best to stay connected. But we too are excited about our continued partnership, and I'll use the word excitement. Excited, why? Because today's Friday.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
New beginning.
And Tina.
Tina Reyes, Contra Costa Probation. I'm the probation manager for the Antioch office in East County. How I'm feeling, I'm tired from this first week.
Yes. And Rhonda.
Rhonda James from Stand for Families Free of Violence, and I'm feeling too. I'm cold. We went solar, so now we're not using our heat because there's no sun. But we're being crazy here. But I'm also feeling very activated because I just got off a meeting with other county homeless and unhoused people project, and looking at what we're going to do in the next few days.
Great, thank you. And Miriam.
Hello, my name is Miriam from the Latina Center. And if you read it again.
And Allison.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm Allison Fitzgerald. I'm the Director of Intervention Programs at STAN. Happy to be here and also excited about the weekend.
Thank you. And Anupama.
Hello everyone, my name is Anupama Chapagai. I represent Nepali Community Support Group. I'm feeling really excited to work with you all. Thank you.
And Susan.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Executive Director of the Contra Costa Family Justice Centers, and I'm feeling busy today.
And Shaila.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shaila Dixit. I am from Narika. We provide culturally responsive services to the South Asian community in terms of domestic violence and intimate partner violence. And I'm feeling very connected and excited. It's wonderful to see the group and looking forward to working with you all.
And Wendy.
There I go. I'm Wendy Escamilla. I'm the new care management manager for the care management program with Meals on Wheels Diablo region. And today I'm excited. It's Friday. It's been a long week. So.
And Oravan.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Oravan. I am representing the Alliance to End Abuse, and I'm the program coordinator here, and I will be supporting the ICJR program for the next 3 years. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm feeling optimistic. It's 2023.
And Shannon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shannon Starzik, and I am the East Center Director at our Family Justice Center in Antioch. And I am feeling deeply rooted to this project. Happy to be here, excited to have this partnership and collaboration.
And Caitlin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Caitlin Sly, Executive Director with Meals on Wheels Diablo region.
All right. And then my screen's shifted. Emily.
Trying to turn on my camera. Hi everyone, I'm Emily. I'm a staff attorney with Contra Costa Senior Legal Services.
And how are you feeling today, Emily?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm feeling very busy with lots of court cases. So sorry for that.
Okay, thank you.
Caitlin didn't share her feeling either.
Oh, yes.
I know, I'm sorry about that. I'm also feeling very excited for the weekend to snuggle up and stay dry, as I hope you all are as well.
And Chris. Oh, Chris, are you on? We'll come back to him. Brenda.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm with the Family Justice Center, project assistant, just here in the background, and I am feeling good.
Thank you. Brenda is my Zoom support, so I appreciate her being here. And Chris, hi, there you are.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I couldn't get myself off mute for whatever reason. Hi, I'm Chris Tong. I'm with the Richmond Police Department. I'm a sergeant here, and I manage the domestic and sexual violence unit. Today I'm feeling tired. I caught a cold, been coughing all night long, and have a lack of sleep, but it'll be just fine. And congratulations, Walt. That's great news.
Thank you, Chris.
And Michelle.
Hi, everyone. Michelle Albert. I am a Grants and Contracts Officer with Bay Area Legal Aid. I primarily support our Contra Costa office. I would say I am also tired and ready for the weekend.
Thanks. And Susan. Oh, Susan, are you there? Oh, so this is Susan Jamerson. She has a little bit of an issue with her microphone. She's a senior staff assistant with APS. Thanks, Susan. She's happy that it's Friday. And Alan.
Hi, I'm Alan Shields, board member at the Family Justice Center and also the chief of police for the town of Danville. And I'm feeling excited to start the weekend after such a busy week.
Thank you. And Arcelia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aracelia. My last name is Aguilar. I'm one of the empowerment members of Deaf Hope, serving the deaf community members who experience sexual violence and domestic violence. Very excited to be here with you all for this project. My check-in word would be, well, ironically, for a Friday, it's refreshed is my word. It's been a good week. I had 2 weeks that I was able to get some real rest, and so I'm excited for the rest of this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the slides again. So for those of you that don't know, this is what the agenda is going to look like today. We're going to do an overview of the Improving Criminal Justice Response grant. We're going to talk about the grant goals, purpose. We're going to go through who the partner agencies are, even though we just introduced ourselves, but go a little more in depth with that. And we're going to talk about reporting requirements. And then last but not least, the most fun, talking about the contracts that we're going through.
Excuse me, can I have a second?
Sure.
Yeah, I forgot that my organization is also serving as a physical sponsor for Contra Costa County AAPI Coalition. So I just want to, share that information.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. All right. So this is a short paragraph of what ICJR even is. So the ICJR program challenges entire communities to communicate, identify problems, share ideas for responding to victims of domestic and sexual violence. This results in new responses and the application of best practices to enhance victim safety and ensure offender accountability at each juncture in the criminal justice system through investigation, arrest, prosecution, and close judicial oversight. That was a mouthful. And that's what the ICJR grant and website says. So what this looks like in practice is that Contra Costa has held the ICJR grant for several years. And in fact, it used to be called the GTEA grant, the Grants to Encourage Arrests, and then they modified the name. So who had held that grant previously was the Alliance to End Abuse, formerly Zero Tolerance for Domestic Violence. We had applied in 2020 for this grant funding, but it was not awarded. However, we then reapplied in 2022 and were awarded the grant. And so the grant runs through, it's actually technically already started, October 1st, 2022 through September 30th of 2025. And just to talk a little bit about the grant purpose areas. So what this grant does is it brings together community partners with law enforcement, with county agencies to try and make a unified and cohesive effort in a criminal justice response to interpersonal violence. So what that looks like on paper is working on trying to adapt trainings. One, we're going to go through the goals specifically in a minute, but also, so adapting trainings by law enforcement, working on other collaborative projects to assist in reducing domestic violence homicides, and really trying to bring community voice into this work. The reason why I'm highlighting these specific areas is this is what the grant, these are the populations the grant wants us to focus on. These are the communities we really want to try and have an impact with. So older adults and disabled individuals. So we really want to have an impact in working with law enforcement and the way law enforcement can partner with community partners in responding to calls when there is an older adult or disabled individual, and also working with immigrant survivors. And again, trying to bring in their voice and figuring out better ways to partner with immigrant survivors and the ways that law enforcement prosecution can work with those communities. Okay, the grant priority is also really important, it's trying to advance racial equity as an essential component of domestic violence and sexual assault work. So we always want to keep that in our minds as well. So I emailed you the grant narrative that we submitted, and I know all of you have read that very long document. But this is a little bit of a summary of what the grant goals are. So as I mentioned before, one of our goals is to develop and launch DV homicide prevention, to focus on those areas. Now, the good thing is we actually have several different community collaborations that are working on those efforts already. But we want to see how we can better incorporate that work with firearm relinquishment, with our strangulation task force, with our LAP lethality assessment program, and our high danger DV task force. The second and really key component is training of law enforcement officers. So we want to be able to show them different types of danger assessments, including the lethality assessment program, discuss with them around firearm relinquishment, while also focusing on certain populations such as immigrant survivors, older adults, and those with disabilities. This is going to take the form a lot, which Shannon's going to go over in a little bit, in our listening sessions that we're going to be holding. And the listening sessions are going to include all of the partners that are here today, to really incorporate community input on what we want these trainings for law enforcement to look like. So actually, this kind of segues into our Tier 1, Tier 2 partners and implementation partners. So Shannon, do you want to go ahead and take over?
Absolutely, Natalie. Thank you for that. So as everyone can see, this is really going to be a community collaborative effort where we are all coming together and really looking at how can we change the narrative? How can we change the experience of those individuals who have reached out or made a call for service to law enforcement, and how can we change what that engagement looks like? What do we want it to actually look like? What experience do we want to have? And what do we want law enforcement to know? How we can make that engagement or contact even better. And so in this slide, we have our Tier 1 partners, and pretty much how this is going to work. It's going to be all of us coming together and really looking at what are some things that we want to change? What are some policies, protocols that we want to develop to enhance that engagement, to build, to move away from what I'm going to call a transactional experience to a relational experience? And how do we take that and inform law enforcement so that we can have this training where it is more relational? And so that's what our tier 1 partners will be doing, along with the Family Justice Center, is actually doing the training. Our tier 2 partners, we're going to get some feedback. What do you want to see? What type of experience, might your clients want to have? And how can we share that with law enforcement to enhance their training so that the experience is different? It's not that transaction, it's relational. So how can we do it better? And so our tier 2 partners are going to provide input on what those policies, those protocols and procedures might look like to inform training for law enforcement. So in this slide, these are our implementation partners. So you guys can all read the slide, so I won't read it, but it's going to be very important that we work together collaboratively so that there is greater communication down from when someone in community picks up the phone and they are speaking with that 911 dispatcher, and then that dispatcher is relaying that information to the responding officer that may be going to that call. So again, how can we do it better? How can we enhance the experience? What are some things that maybe we need to know to make that experience better? So I'm really excited for us to, I wish we could start working now, but I know in due time, we will come together and really look at how we can make it a better experience for everyone in community. And I'm going to turn it over to Oravan, who's going to talk about what are some of the reporting requirements.
Hello, this is back to the transactional part of the program, right, Shannon? So reporting requirements, we are reporting to OVW on our project every 6 months. So the Family Justice Center and the Alliance will be working on the narrative quarterly and tracking our progress. And it shouldn't involve too much because we're not doing direct client service. So I won't be reporting on clients. We're really reporting on how our trainings coming, how our how many officers we've trained. So we'll be tracking that as we go along. So the reason why we're not on the ground working yet is that we are stuck in the contracts process at the moment. Currently, we cannot charge the grant yet because OVW has not released our funds at the moment, but don't be worried, they're reviewing it and I am in contact with the grant specialist more than I should be, but I am trying to get that here to Contra Costa County. And the Alliance to End Abuse is working on a contract with the Family Justice Center because they are our main contractor for this project. And then after that, the Family Justice Center will have a subcontract with the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 partners that were listed on the previous slide. For the Tier 1 partners, we are on track to implement the budget that we've worked on for the budget for the grant proposal. And we it will be a functional timesheet for your staff. They'll be working on this project, and I think everyone's familiar with that. If you need some assistance, feel free to give me a call, but you're going to be in contract with the Family Justice Center, and then the Family Justice Center is holding the main contract with the Alliance to End Abuse. And that is how the money flows. So the next steps is we, just for administrative purposes, we need a new MOU from everyone that signed the partnership agreement when we submitted the grant proposal. So we will be revising that if necessary, and then we'll be sending it to your designated signers. So if anyone is a new signer, if you have a new executive director, a new chief, we will need their contact and an introduction so that we can send them the form, the MOU to sign. And that's it. You'll hear from us if anything changes and if any deadlines are updated.
So we're, as Orvan mentioned, we're kind of in a holding pattern right now until we can start doing the work that we want to do for this project. Once we're able to get the MOUs signed, the contracts in place, Shannon and I and Orvan are thinking that we'd really like to be able to have a group meeting to discuss what is this going to look like? What are the community listening sessions going to look like? What input do we feel is really critical to go into the law enforcement training as well? We envision the first roughly 6 months of this project is going to be a lot of prep, a lot of preparation. And then after that, it'll be actually holding the community listening sessions, putting the input into the trainings that we're going to develop. Once we have a training sort of ready to go, we do have to submit that to the ICJR folks for their approval, but then we get to start going out and connecting with our law enforcement partners and do those trainings. The goal I think we set was to train over the next 3 years, roughly 500 officers, which it's over 3 years, so we have a little bit of time. But that's sort of the idea. Roughly 15 departments would be great if we could get to. If we can get to more, that'd be even better. And we're going to create a few different ways, modalities that folks are going to be able to access this training. We're going to do some small videos that are quick, short ones, and then obviously the longer, more in-depth 2 to 3 hour workshop trainings are going to be able to be provided by Tier 1 partners. That was a very quick overview. What questions do folks have for us?
Natalie, who needs the who's that going to as far as the change in leadership? New chief? Is that going to you? Is that FJC or for the partnership agreement signature?
Yeah. For you all, it would be great if we could do the new chief.
So would I email you that information?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah, this is Terry again. Who are those, the Tier 1? And can you update me a little bit, because it's been a while that I see some correspondence from this project, from this this grant. But who are the first tier and who is the second? What are they supposed to do? Blah blah blah.
So Tier 1 partners, these are the partner agencies that are in the Tier 1 category. What that means is not only will they be participating in the community listening sessions, developing the curriculum, but that are also going to actually go out and train law enforcement officers. So they're kind of be doing the work on the ground, so to speak. For Tier 2 partners are going to be our thought partners. So at least for these next 6 months, we're going to need a lot of input from you all in shaping the curriculum that we're going to be using in training the officers. And then as the trainings happen, we want to kind of come back and say, okay, what works, what's missing here? But you won't actually have to be physically at the trainings themselves. Does that help clarify?
Yeah. So another word that the tier 2 will come up with some you know, some model. Another word, you know, write a Bible for the first title to complete. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And Miriam. Oh, you're on mute.
Are we going to be doing the listening sessions?
Yes. So both tier 1 and tier 2 partners will be very involved in the community listening sessions, in part because you all have access to the community we want to try and reach out to. So we want to hear that feedback from the clients, survivors that you all are working with. But again, as I said, that's going to be after contracts, after we've met a couple times to figure out what we want the sessions to look like. But yes. Any other questions? Okay, well, if there are other questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, to Oravan, to Shannon. This is a grant that Contra Costa partners have held for a very long time. And it allows us to do really good work. So I'm excited that we have this opportunity again to be able to partner with each other in doing these trainings, in doing the listening sessions, in doing the other collaborative efforts that we have going. So as soon as we know next steps on the contract side, Oravan, will you be getting in contact with people? Okay, so you'll be getting an email from Oravan. That's the next thing you're going to look for.
Yeah, once everything clears through OVW and the contract clears with the Family Justice Center, I'll let everyone know, like, hey, everything's cleared administratively, and then the Justice Center will start implementing the program and getting into contract with the tier 1 and tier 2 partners.
Okay.
Because I know a few of you have emailed me and asked me about it, and I couldn't give you any answers, and I still don't have a clear answer for you other than we're waiting for everything to clear.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll happen soon and we can get started on the good work. All right, well, thank you all for being here. Obviously, I overscheduled this in the hopes that we were going to meet in person, but that didn't happen. Hopefully we will be able to soon though. And as Susan always says, good meetings usually end early. So please feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. But thank you so much for being here, and I'm really excited about the partnership opportunities.
Yeah, what I plan to do is to share the information with the AAPI Coalition and how we participate, how gonna get Albert involved in this process. So
wonderful, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a good Friday.
Thank you.
Ciao.